Fourth grade, it's Mrs. Feathers. I'm going to go over your grammar practice pages again with you this week. This week you are assigned pages 11 through 14. On your first page, we are going to take a look at simple and compound sentences. So our box reminds us that a clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. So if something's independent, they can survive and be by themselves. A simple sentence has one independent clause, and then we have a compound sentence that has two or more independent clauses. So it kind of has two sentences together in one. For this page, you're going to read each sentence, and on the lines provided, you're going to write simple if it only has one independent clause, and you're going to write compound if it has two or more independent clauses. Number 1 says, I wanted to go to the concert, but my parents wouldn't let me. I want to look at this sentence, and I notice that I wanted to go to the concert. That could be a sentence all by itself, meaning that it's an independent clause. My parents wouldn't let me. That is also an independent clause, meaning that this sentence is compound. So I'm going to write compound on the line. Number 2 says, Mrs. Gupta lives on a very busy road in the middle of the city. That sentence only has one independent clause. It has my subject and my verb, and only one clause. So this sentence is simple. I want to also take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, he got a hot dog, she got a hamburger, and you got a salad. Let's take a look at this. He got a hot dog. That could be a sentence by itself, meaning it's an independent clause. She got a hamburger. Again, independent clause. You got a salad. Once again, it's an independent clause, meaning this sentence is also compound. It had 3 independent clauses. You will finish this page with the same directions for 4 through 10. Page 12 is taking a look at conjunctions. So our box at the top says a clause has a subject and a verb. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. Also reminds us that a simple sentence has one independent clause and a compound sentence has 2 or more independent clauses. Also, independent clauses in a compound sentence are usually combined by a coordinating conjunction. Some examples of coordinating conjunctions are and, but, or, for, nor, and yet. On this page, we are simply choosing the correct conjunction to best complete the sentence and then writing it on the line. Number 1 says, we can go to Florida for vacation, blank, we can visit California. For this sentence, I need to choose between or and nor. So I'm going to read them with both. We can go to Florida for vacation, or we can visit California. We can go to Florida for vacation, nor we can visit California. For this sentence, or makes the most sense, so I'm going to circle it. And then I'm just going to write or on the line. You will continue this page with the same directions for 2 through 10. Page 13 is looking at actually punctuating compound sentences. There's two ways we can punctuate compound sentences. We can either use a comma and a coordinating conjunction like the previous page, or you can use a semicolon to join two independent clauses. When you use a semicolon, you do not use a conjunction. This page has two parts, so we're going to do an example from both sections. The first section says to use a comma and a coordinating conjunction to combine each pair of the independent clauses and to form a compound sentence. So for number 1, it says, I am good at football. Lewis is a better player than I am. I need to combine these into one compound sentence using a comma and a conjunction. So I'm going to rewrite, I am good at football, comma, but Lewis is a better player than I am. You will combine number 2 and number 3 using a comma and a conjunction. Remember, on page 12, there was a list at the top in the box of different coordinating conjunctions. On the bottom, you're going to use a semicolon to combine the independent clauses. Number 4 says, alligators have wide snouts, crocodiles have narrow snouts. I'm going to rewrite this using a semicolon. Alligators have wide snouts, semicolon, which is the button right next to the letter L on your keyboard. Crocodiles have narrow snouts. So when I rewrote this, I used a semicolon, and then I used a lowercase c because this is now one sentence combined by a semicolon. You will do the same thing with a semicolon for number 5. Your last page, as always, is a proofreading page. The box at the top is just a review of the previous pages, so it reminds us what a clause is, what an independent clause is, what a simple versus compound sentences, what coordinating conjunctions are, and some examples, and then how we can use a comma and a semicolon to combine independent clauses to make a compound sentence. The directions on this page say to rewrite the paragraphs below, correcting any mistakes you might find in conjunctions and punctuation in compound sentences. Number 1 says, I love to listen to jazz music, but my sister only likes pop music. That sentence is fine as it is because I have 2 independent clauses, but it is separated with a comma and a conjunction. So you are simply rewriting that sentence. Next it says, we had to come up with a solution. 4, we both share the same bedroom. Right there, I need to change this period to a comma and make a lowercase f in 4 because these are 2 independent clauses that need to be made into one sentence with a comma and a conjunction. You will finish this paragraph and then do number 2 on your own. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, Mrs. Oliver, or Mr. Casper, and we will be happy to help you. Bye, 4th grade.